I'm Scott Allen Miller. It's the 25th of December, 2023. It's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, everyone, and welcome to the show. This is my vlog of daily life living in Nicaragua, and we are here for Christmas this year, as I've noted on the show previously. But today I'm out on the beach and recording a beautiful sunset while we do the show. I'm just going to be telling you about my day, my Christmas day here, so you guys can follow along. This is one of those a little bit more for the family, but glad to have such a large family of people who live in my little GoPro box who are here joining us on our journey through life in Nicaragua, through raising a couple kids, having dogs, and moving abroad from our life in the United States, being digital nomads and then expats. And it's been an adventure and a half. Thank you so much for being members and supporters and tag along people here on the show. We're going to get to our Christmas day right after the bump.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains.
Christmas in the tropics is so different than our lives in the Northeast United States. We're so used to snow and cold and a completely different experience than waves and palm trees and 85-degree temperatures. It's a completely different life, and I don't think we'll ever get used to this being what Christmas is like down here. But we did celebrate a very full-on Christmas today, and we did our best over the last few days to kind of put things together, mostly my wife and I. Our big gift for our kids this year is that we're taking them to Disney World and Universal Studios in March, and they're going to spend a bit of time in New York. So all that is going on, and we're just going to be very busy with that. It's a huge gift for them. So we're really toning down Christmas itself this year. But my kids were really like, we don't want a lot of things, but we do like, opening things on Christmas morning. It is something we would miss. And we're like, okay. And they kind of had a feeling they were going to get nothing, and we scrambled to get them things. We've done a bit. Now, most of it was pretty small. They got, stuffed animals and some collectible, like, anime figurines that go on the shelves, and some video games, and, little things like that. Some of it was things they had really wanted. Some things were things we found in the city or whatever. But I think we managed to put together a decent spread. We actually had a little bit of time for them to open everything. If you watch my shorts, I've either already posted or are still posting a lot of the shorts of them opening things, so you can see individual items there. And if you just want to live that experience with us a little bit, I'm always amazed that sometimes I put those up and people aren't interested at all, and other times I put them up and I get nearly 100,000 views. So it could do anything. Heaven only knows what you're going to get off of those, but they do sometimes get a lot of traction. So I know somebody finds them interesting, and through them some people find the channel, so that's fantastic. So we got up this morning. We took it kind of slow. Everyone's really under the weather. We're not sure what everyone has. COVID is definitely a possibility. It could just be a cold, but we're not in terrible shape. But all of us are really slow, and we're coughing a lot, and we're just needing a lot of sleep. So we let the kids sleep in quite a bit, especially Liesl, because she's feeling the worst at this point. And once everybody was up, Dominica had made, she calls it kind of a blueberry bubble, but it's basically a cobbler. And it's a recipe we've been doing for a while. It's so good. We love it so much. I gotta grab this video of horses coming down the beach. And this has become our Christmas tradition food, which is a funny thing to say, that a blueberry cobbler is our Christmas breakfast and has been basically since the kids were born. But it really has been, and we love it. We really only do it at Christmas. Just before Christmas, we do tea rings, and Dominica made 4 of them this year, and we did enjoy that. But the blueberry bubble up, or whatever it's called, we only do on Christmas morning. But that is kind of the signal that Christmas has begun. So we did that this morning, ate that, and got to opening presents. Now, Dominica and I don't exchange gifts. It's long been, we're over that tradition. Spending our own pooled money to buy each other things that we didn't buy ourselves doesn't really make a lot of sense. We just buy what we want throughout the year and say it's a good way to go. So we don't worry about that. It's just for the kids on Christmas morning, but it still went on for a while. There was a bit for them to open. So I think we had a pretty good Christmas. It wasn't overwhelming, it wasn't crazy, but it was solid, and hopefully the kids really enjoyed it. We didn't have a ton of time on our own as a family. We have a lot of people coming over today. So we actually weren't even able to wrap that up before some friends arrived, because some of them were coming all the way from Managua, so they were there pretty early. But we did have some major gifts for some other people, including a Nintendo Switch for some of the kids that were over. And so I spent a lot of the afternoon setting that up. Luciana got Baldur's Gate 3, spent a bunch of time getting that up and running. And we only had until about 3 or 4 o'clock before most people were arriving, because we were doing a big Christmas dinner at the house. Dominica made lasagna, and we had a big party out on the deck outside on the patio. And had a really nice time. Everybody hung out till maybe 9 or 10 o'clock, and then I had to do some video editing. We tried to hang out with the kids a little bit. Dominica watched The Goonies with Lisa and Luciana. The original goal was to get up early this morning and to play The Goonies, the board game, which is like Dungeons and Dragons, but themed with The Goonies and an inclusive box set prior to opening presents. But because the girls were sick and we were really tired, we held off on that, and there was never a time to do that. But we had been talking about it all day, and they had decided that they hadn't seen the movie, and the game wasn't going to make sense without seeing the movie. So even though they've never wanted to see the movie, they watched it with Dominica, and I watched a little bit of it, and they really did not like it, but they made it through. And when it was done, they're like, yeah, it's too late to play. Let's try to do it tomorrow, which they don't have a lot of faith that we will, but we need to hold it till tomorrow. So we watched it. I got my video done. Then I hung out with the girls a little bit at night. I cooked for them around midnight, did grilled cheese sandwiches, and we hung out a little bit, so we got a little bit more family time. And our plan is to get up early in the morning and play The Goonies, just Dominica and the girls and I, in our game room for the morning. So hopefully we're going to be able to pull that off tomorrow morning on the 26th. And fingers crossed that we get a little bit more time, because today was really hectic, and hopefully the girls are feeling better tomorrow as well. So that was our Christmas day. It really was pretty nice. It was great having all of our friends over, and I think that the girls got some good stuff, and we had a nice time, and I'm looking forward to hopefully a slow week at the office. Fingers crossed I can spend a bit of time. We try to make this a slow week. We don't really do any projects during this week. And that was our Christmas. So Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us throughout the holidays. I know you should be watching this on New Year's Day, which is probably also a holiday for you. So Happy New Year to everyone who is watching on the morning this comes out. And I'm excited that 2024 is an opportunity for us to take the channel in new and more exciting directions. New cameras are coming, new equipment, new ideas, and hopefully residency here, so more opportunity to travel throughout the region and bring you even more of that. 2023 was a very busy year as we kind of figured out what our lives here are going to be like long term. I think we have a lot of that nailed down. Those are famous last words, obviously, but that's where we're hoping to be. And hopefully 2024 really adds a lot more travel content to this show. In addition to Nicaragua content, we're still going to be here in Nicaragua for sure. And so thank you so much for everyone who's joined us, who's planning on joining us this coming year. As always, if you'd like to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/ScottAlanMiller. It means a lot to me, really helps make this channel possible. And as always, tell your friends and family, share on social media. Have a happy new year. Find a New Year's resolution that you can stick to, something that has to do with your health or happiness. And I will see all of you tomorrow.